Morning everyone, just came from a bike ride and I had this thought in mind. Okay, today's conversation is about tools. Okay, tools is a word we hear, but I want to have you think about something. I'll give you first the analogy of a bike or car, the best bike, the nicest car, but without any air in the tires, right? So having air in your tires is essential, right? Essentially, air is very cheap or free, but it is a big part of your support structure, right? So structure, tools. I'll tell you a quick story about Wayne Ferreira, right? Wayne Ferreira is currently helping Nakashima, and we see Nakashima in the final of his first Masters 1000. Reason I talk about Wayne is because Wayne got also Frances Tiafoe to top 10 in the world. Now, I had personal experience with Wayne Ferreira years back, and he explained to me what tools meant and fixing or having a tool in your toolbox, technique, right? We were playing a tiebreaker at some point with him, and actually let me say this, myself, my younger brother KB and Raven Klassen had an opportunity between two futures in California to train at his house with him because he knew some people from the same country, and he was generous enough to help us stay at his house and train with him for a week. Now that was his off week, it was right after Wimbledon, so he was supposed to take off, but he actually did track workouts with us. He did playing workouts. We were training, playing points and all that. It was the most informative week I had, right? And the quick story is we were about to start a tiebreaker against him, and I hit two serves and he walked over. After he walked over, he said, "Hey, your serve is never going to be consistent." And I kind of laughed because I said, "Yeah, I know. I mean, every coach for the last 5 years has been telling me that." Now, the coaches told me what the problem was, but I was never given a solution or how. I was given what it had to be, but I wasn't given how. To show how quickly information can travel, as he walked over, he said, "You're going to hit 10 serves in a row to the target in the box, and after you hit 10, we will leave, right, for the day. We'll be done." And I laughed because every day I hit a basket of serves. I literally hit a basket of serves every day, but the most I got in a row was 4. What that's meant was, in my head, I thought, okay, we're not going anywhere, you know. I didn't realize the power of structure. Now, he showed me what I was doing wrong with my toss, pointed it out, and then he said, "Hey, if you put your hand like this, you're going to get a more consistent toss," right? Now, it's easy to say because a lot of players come to me at times and like, "Oh yeah, my toss is my problem." I was like, "Well, do you want to change it, or you're not going to change? Oh, it's a bit uncomfortable. I have a tournament, this and that." And then it never happens, right? Or certain people, they're always playing tournaments and they never get to change it. So having it be in between two tournaments, proceeded to change it. I changed actually from pinpoint to platform because I couldn't execute the toss correctly while bringing my foot forward. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to change my serve. Within one set of serves, I got to 8, right? And as soon as I got to 8, I started to panic because I had never been, I'm seeing the finish line. And I choke a little bit. And in the second round, when I get to 8, I just say to myself, well, I'm not even doing anything. I'm just tossing it the same way and I'm swinging where I know to swing, and it was working, right? And I got 10 in a row for the first time. I mean, I looked at him and I thought, man, this is a different world you guys live in, because that was way too simple, right? And I went to play a tournament that next week, and for the first time I was able to win in that week 5 matches in a row, and I lost the other one 6-4 in the third, right? I had never had that kind of consistency with matches because my serve was always holding me back, right? If you look at my record, the best matches I won was when my serve was working. But that was maybe 8 times in my whole career. So I had a great match a couple times. Actually, I should say about 8 weeks, okay, of my whole career. He then went to something else, which is kind of funny. He showed me that, hey, your inside-out forehand has a little flaw. And me being cocky at the time, I said, I was 600, he was number 6, right? He said, yeah, how many are you gonna miss? Or how many are you gonna make out of 10? Tell me. And I said, so confidently, I said 8 out of 10, right? And he said, okay, so when are you gonna miss those 2? And when he told me that, I said, okay, I see why he's number 6 and I'm 600, right? So he said to me, you have everything it takes to get there, but you're going about it the wrong way. And immediately showed me some structure on my shot where I immediately could put the ball on the line over. And it really dawned on me that, yeah, the top of the game is a different process. It's not just hoping, if I keep playing these matches, I'm gonna get there. No, you have to have a proper process that you're gonna do, and it's gonna work. Everything he showed me that week, he did some other stuff on ground strokes. That following week, tennis was completely different, right? Completely different. Like I said, for the first time, I won 5 matches in 1 week, right? And the one I lost 4 in the third was to a very good player. I think the guy made top 100. Oh, he got very high. And it just showed, right? Now, tools and structure, just like this bike ride I was on, if my tires were flat, it doesn't matter how strong my legs are. It doesn't matter how strong my mental capacity is. It doesn't matter how shiny my bike is, or if my bike is $12,000. The idea is the tools, the structure is what's gonna get you where you need to be. Now, how do you know whether you have tools or structure? Here's an idea. If your serve hits the net, there is a technical way of standing where to toss that your shot will never hit the net, right? There's a common mistake we all do. I see it online all the time, where actually I'll tell you what the problem is and the solution you have to pay for. So it's when you are told to toss the ball straight up, okay, and you come over the ball or snap. That piece of information is the one that's misleading you and having you hit a different serve every single time. So for context, I'm 5'10", and if I hit the ball in the net, it was considered a no-no, right? Now there are times when it happens and there's a legitimate reason for it, but it shouldn't just happen randomly, especially on a point that you need. Issue is if you're just making a random error, right? You have an easy forehand or easy backhand or easy shot, and then you miss it wide, or you miss it, the shot is not connected. Or if you're at the baseline and you miss just a random ball in the net and it hits the net. I've watched players, just even in the Montreal tournament, at 30-all miss 2 of the same exact shot. So mistakes like that, you should know, okay, I have a problem. Okay, and figure out how you have to sort it out. Other things are inconsistent matches. If you're playing a match, 1 week you serve amazing, or one day you serve amazing, the next day you don't. You know, points like that suggests that there is something in the toolbox that is missing. Okay, so I'm sure there are other examples. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I'm about to get ready for lessons now, but tools and structure. If you are looking for something and you're frustrated not getting it, step 1 is the tool, right? To ask somebody, I know people like Wayne Ferrer and information are hard to come by. I was very fortunate to have ran into him with that much knowledge, right? But that's why we have the internet now. So I guess we can use that to our advantage, is ask questions. I've created a platform also where, you know, with videos you can have answers given to you, at least, right? So good luck with that. Like I said, a lot of times luck is involved, but yes, we can say we make our own luck, but you know, the information doesn't get to everybody. So tools, structure, then you can use your talent and your feel and your abilities. Okay, don't start with your abilities because they will hit a wall. Anyway,